Here we are with yet another untold story to be shared with the one and only ALMazeedi, Hassan Ajuz, before he says it. How are you today?
I'm good, man. Truly been enjoying this every day with you.
Likewise.
Different characters every day.
Every single day.
I think we're creating something special for the viewers at home during Ramadan.
Honestly, I think the guests and the viewers have to be jealous from us. You know why? Because we learn something new every day.
True.
Honestly,
True.
I've been thinking about it
We
now.
are.
We've learned about so much.
So many different topics, and I don't know what to do. There's so much information.
Today is very special.
Yes.
I think it's going to teach people about information, media, and he's definitely, this person's a hustler.
Yes.
And he's built something great.
I don't think we
himself.
have enough time to cover everything.
I don't think so.
Yeah, but let's not waste any much time and welcome our guest right after this.
We're back and we can finally learn more about the untold story of Dr. Husain Abbas Murad. Doctor, you have a tremendous life with so much experience in media specifically. And you've honestly gone through a long list of experiences in this country. I think it would be very nice to kind of like take the viewers, the audience, in a very brief kind of like introduction about who are you, doctor?
Brief introduction?
We'll try to make it brief. I know it's very difficult. I know, it's always very difficult.
No, I love giving briefs. Husain Murad is a human, a director, a family person.
Okay.
Who loves the camera, who loves writing, who loves to produce films and things that deals with cases of
Social justice, maybe?
not social justice. I'm not that kind of person, but present problems that faces the society itself. In a nutshell.
I love it. But what got Doctor interested in such a media-focused field from the start? You went into university, and are we talking here in Kuwait or was it abroad?
No, I did all my
Higher
bachelor,
education and,
bachelor, masters, all in the States. Though I graduated from regular, as they say, high school.
Yeah.
So I didn't know anything about English.
public high schools.
No, well, there was a term called it's like this in university. It's called muqarrarat. That's gone.
Right.
But I majored math at that time.
Oh wow.
What made you pick math out of it, man?
It's the society. Everybody wants you to be doctor, engineer.
Okay.
So you'd say you're a self-built person.
Yeah, and that way. So what happened is suddenly in the second year in my pre-calculus class, I stopped. Boom.
Stopped.
You know what I love? I love the fact that you actually remember the course.
I remember the guy. I
Oh
remember
my
the
God.
professor.
You remember the moment?
What
Yes.
happened in that moment that made you?
Kind of like
That's it.
there was a
Okay.
spark.
This is
There was a
not
spark of
it.
difference.
Yeah.
It's like
You need to have a little background. I'm a soccer player.
Okay.
I'm a goalie
Whoa.
for
okay.
Al Arabi Sporting Club. So
Nice.
since 12, I was playing with them, and I always sneak out from school. Well, with the permission.
Of course.
To go
We're
and
not
play.
advoca-
How,
we're
it's not
advocating
sneaking
that.
out then if it's with
Well,
permission.
it is sneaking out in
Okay.
a way, because he's the guy who he's cool. He gets the letter.
He gets the permit.
You're making
to
excuses to leave.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
you're going for a different passion, perhaps. I mean, you're not going to.
Were you trying to be a professional soccer
I
player?
was professional.
You were a professional
yeah,
soccer player.
At that time, they didn't give us the money that nowadays people get. But
Even now, it's not that.
it is
In
good.
Kuwait,
No,
I'm
no,
talking
in
about.
Kuwait,
It's
it is
not
good.
that much.
Even though at that time, I started with Al Arabi Sporting Club as a goalie. By the way, even I'm short, huh?
I mean,
But-
You're probably good at it then.
I'm very good.
Good.
That's how confident I was. Samir Saeed,
Okay.
may his soul rest in peace. I was really he was our neighbor, by the way.
okay.
So at the same time I was training with him back there. So he was my role model, and I tried my best to be same like him.
Same level of effort, same level of hard work.
Even though he's older than me, I used to
Yeah.
be under 12, under 14, and at that under 14 years old, I was training with the first team at that time. I was picked in 1989 to represent Kuwait national team
Nice.
for the youth.
And then you did that, and then you changed your whole career in the
Yeah, take
pre-calculus.
us back to that moment where.
So
That
so
moment-
that built a
Yeah,
lot of
what
big character.
happened?
It was
Take me
there was
through
there
your
was there was an
process.
equation in front of me, like at the board.
Of course, you're a mathematician now.
How long was it? Was it
No, it's
but a fairly simple one.
Yeah,
That was
yeah. So I looked at it. I was like, I don't understand. I looked at my friends. What's going on?
no one knows.
They said it's fine. I was like, no.
No, this is not it.
So this is the moment that I stopped. I went to the teacher at that time, and I said to him, Mr. Abid? He said yes. I said, I quit. Huh?
Wow.
What?
This is first year in college?
Second year.
Second.
That's my only D in high school.
I love. You remember
No, this is
some
high school.
details.
This is not. This is. Oh, I thought you were already trying to major in math.
No, I was mad, but that's my first and last D in high school. That's the نظام, as we say, مقررات.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
which is the government one,
Yeah,
but it was more modified in
Yes.
order to have them prep for the university life.
So you changed that. You made a decision that, hey, listen, I quit.
Yeah, but imagine
teacher,
what?
I'm
Yeah,
out.
what
I'm
happened?
out.
Yeah, what happened?
There were other fields such as geography, I think, mechanical, also science, as well as accounting.
These are options in high schools you have.
Yes.
But nothing.
I guess
that
this
has
is
to
the
do-
disconnect. We don't know that system very
So
well.
guess
but
which
okay.
which one I picked?
Yeah, accounting. The what again? The accounting. The
Accounting.
geography.
Geography or social studies, I would say. Also, they had science
Uh-huh.
and mechanical. Just
Yeah,
would
but which
say-
one is related to me?
I
here?
would say the geography.
Or social studies like that.
he's good. We both are wrong. Accounting.
I'm so
Accounting?
excited.
But
know, I
that's
said
still
geography.
math.
I-
Wait.
I'll be honest.
I was the best. I finished with 3.93 GPA.
Wow. Because
Second
of
in
what?
Kuwait.
So
What's
but-
your
but-
secret?
No, but the thing is, you know what I found weird? Because you
The
moved from
prayer of
maths
my
to
mom.
accounting.
Really?
You moved from maths to accounting.
Yes.
There's obviously a big difference, but like you still, I would have expected you to say, I don't want this major, which a lot of the audience would be in that shoes. They would be in that boat. That I don't like my major. I want to shift it. They would shift
Yeah.
to something completely different. Maths, geography.
Yeah.
But maths, accounting.
So you're still in that math world.
And numbers, you're still
In a way,
numbers.
but that for accounting, normally that what you need to do is basically work on budgets for the companies.
Of course.
And that's your
Yeah, now
So
it's
segue into.
so in a way, you're an auditor.
Yeah.
And another thing, I had my brother's friends. They would come to me. They're at the college level,
Yeah.
and I would finish their auditing.
Interesting.
So
So,
Wow.
what did you choose to study for college then after high school?
well, after high school, then since I got a really high GPA, 3.93,
Right. Got a
second in
scholarship
Kuwait,
probably.
I got a scholarship
Scholarship to study.
to study. But I had a leeway, either to continue with the national team.
Yeah.
You're still a soccer player,
So
right?
It's soccer.
Right.
It's
So
my
you're
love.
faced with options here. Like,
Yes.
So
or
what'd you do?
continue my education.
Education. So
Luckily, I got injured with on my skull and during a tournament in 1993 in Saudi Arabia.
was that it for your soccer career?
Yes, kinda.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that kind of like taught you that, not taught you, that kind of like put an end to one
Chapter,
direction,
one-
one chapter, and then started
Yeah.
another.
No, really, it's just that I felt.
You were done with this, maybe.
No, I still love the game.
Right.
I felt not betrayed as much as I didn't get the attention, so I had to go to different hospitals for a treatment by
You
myself
didn't get the right medical care.
without even the sporting club support.
They didn't. Okay. I
Even
see.
though I
see
was
the
I was
betrayal.
I was offered during in 1989 during the camp that we had in Hungary to be with among the club Vasas team.
Club fashion.
Yeah, Vasas. That's in.
That's an interesting name.
Yes. Well, if you guys know more about soccer, you'll know that this team is number one at that time. It had a player well known in soccer, like he's a Boshkash.
So essentially,
Somebody else in the group here knows about Boshkash.
So-
Thank God I'm not old.
So they spoke to you and you couldn't say yes.
Well, the money is 120 KD, so it's like,
120 KD
yeah,
a month.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully. I mean, yeah. But I know. I mean,
I
imagine.
mean, back in the day, that's a good thing, right?
No.
No, that's still not.
But
a
no,
good
so
Well,
but
it's a communist country at that time.
But at that
remember?
point, you couldn't say yes anyway, right? Because
I
you
was
were
a
injured.
teenager.
You were
I
injured.
was a
But I mean, you were
teenager.
injured. You got an opportunity.
Before that, that was
Oh,
89.
okay, so-
93 was like the time that I got injured, so I was like, you know what? That's the turn.
Can I ask a random question? Being
Yeah.
someone, so how old were you then? So sorry, just curious. Were you, I mean,
17?
so at 17, and you're offered things by big teams, and you're offered big things at the age of 17. How does it feel for someone to be doing things that you're supposed to be doing when you're 27? And you're doing it when they're 17. I mean, you're starting when you're 12 or 13. That's so young.
Well, the thing is, I never looked at it as I'm going through challenges. So I like every single thing that I do, it's a challenge. And I try to enjoy it, you know?
I can see it.
And no matter what, even though when I first started the soccer, everybody was saying, you're short. You're not going to be reaching that. I was like,
It's
really?
not basketball. What's with height in soccer?
As a goalkeeper, you might want to jump high.
Yes.
Or, you know,
You might want to jump
Yes.
high.
I do have
I
it.
think you got it though, right?
Definitely. Well,
Definitely.
I
I
mean,
like the
to be
not
honest,
concept.
I
now,
think-
though. Not now.
But doctor, I think I see someone that was definitely you're a self-built hustler, and that's what I absolutely admire.
Well, it's not just by myself. With support of the family itself.
Yeah.
They don't want you to hang out like the rest of the kids outside most of
Right,
the time. So
right.
they know that
Yeah.
you're doing a sport that you love. Even though I come at home most of the time with blood all over my
Oh,
t-shirt,
boy.
my feet, and I was like,
Who knew soccer
You had a
could
fight?
be so dangerous?
no, I'm
You're fighting, not just the soccer.
fighting.
You're fighting. Okay.
No,
I want to go back to the journey.
sure.
After high school was the soccer thing and then the scholarship thing to study. What?
Oh, at that time, that's 1993. So the only scholarship that was available, there were only two.
Okay.
And you had to have somebody, a sponsor, to go with you in order to sign. Who's
Oh,
going to pay
yeah.
the money? So who's else? It's, my dad. May his soul rest in peace. What happened is it was either hotel management.
yeah.
Hotel management.
Yeah, they had that at that time.
Okay.
It was
and-
good.
I mean, yeah, but it's just some random.
But for the society at that time,
Yeah.
when you say hotel management, what are you going to do?
What are you gonna
Yeah.
do?
So I'm not supposed to say the word
Right.
on live TV like that, but I'm not going to do that. But anyway, and then there was mass communication and journalism.
Yeah.
Oh, so
So-
those are the two options.
Yes. So my dad looked at me and was like, are you going to do this? I was like, no.
No.
He said, are you going to be, you know?
Media, mass communications.
Well, it wasn't looked at in media that time. It
Yeah.
What was it?
the society
considered?
looks at you with if you study journalism or something like you're gonna be a person with two faces, a liar in a way.
No, wow.
Not necessarily. I don't think I've ever lied to you guys.
Society.
Society.
Media
Yes.
forces you to put different masks on, and that's a fact.
Well, yes, in a way, this been happening not only in the society within the 90s. If you go back during the start
Yeah.
of Kuwait television, or the whoever worked in the station, they looked at them differently.
Okay.
In a good way
no,
or a bad
a
way?
bad way.
So you were jumping into something
Bad way.
it's not looked
Bad way.
in a
Yes.
good way. Okay.
So you went to the States. What university? What States?
I went to the States, well, journalism, mass communication. I didn't know what was it, but
You were curious. You were interested.
yes, I was like,
Open to it?
journalism. So it's more about media. What's media? I have no clue.
Right.
You had no idea.
No
And then it
clue
was a
what's-
beautiful coincidence. and
I
you
know
went
that
all
I'm
in.
gonna be a writer. I'm gonna be a journalist. I'm
You were
gonna write.
exploring at that.
So,
at
yeah.
that stage in your life.
But
But-
then, doctor, it doesn't surprise me honestly. Seeing your life so far from ever since you were so young, it's someone that's adventurous, and you're always going against. You know what they say: when everyone goes left, go right, and you're that
Yeah.
person that goes right.
Yeah, I'm
And I
the
love it.
person
I think
like in the
you
picture. I would
try
look
to
like,
be.
like,
You,
no.
know, you try to get outside the box.
In a way, yeah. So when I started in Minnesota, and the funny story that there wasn't any Kuwaiti student in Minnesota.
So you were kind of like with them. Yeah.
We were only 3 guys.
That story about Minnesota. We'll hear it right after this. We're back on the Untold, continuing the conversation with Dr. Husain Abbas Murad, Minnesota. Continue, please.
Well, Minnesota, it's pretty cold. So that's where first time I experienced 70 degree below, which is
Oh, wow.
56,
70 degrees below.
56 degrees here.
Going all the way from Kuwait
Yes.
to
Yes. So
to negative.
few months there, and I had to leave, heading to Colorado. Once I started Colorado, I was like, "Am I ready for this journalism?"
Yeah.
I started it with a few classes. I liked the way that how the media itself there, especially that journalism, mass communication at that time, CU Boulder was top 20, so they had a really good program.
So you really got went to the best of the best kind of.
Yes,
So, oh, nice.
but
okay.
in the second year, we had so many different stories, such as an international one, like the case of John Benet Ramsey, the killing of that girl in Colorado.
Yeah.
The DA at that time was my professor at media writing. I was like, and every time I write, she's like, "I don't like you writing. I don't like you writing." So I was like, maybe it's not the thing that I need to do.
Yeah.
Also, we had the producer from CNN working with us also for another story, for a well-known story for the guy with the Bronco.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to recall his name.
OJ.
Oh.
So OJ, this guy, and from the producer CNN, he wants me to write down. So I started writing down, and he's like, "I don't like your writing." He was kind of racist at that time.
Okay.
So I was like, "You know what? Let's get to the chase. Am I gonna pass?" He's like, "Are you gonna be teaching here?" I was
Yeah.
like, "No." "Yeah, you'll pass." I was like, "You know what? Thank you." I changed my track in mass communication to broadcast production management.
Okay.
So you switched your major?
Yes.
Okay.
At the same
At
school.
the same school.
To broadcast underneath it with a minor of TV documentary.
TV
So
documentary.
you're slowly narrowing it down to something. You're getting
Yes.
closer to the light at the
Yes.
end of the tunnel. I like
What
it.
Yeah.
got you into the documentary?
Well, I bumped into Professor Rosalind Dauber, and at that time she just came from Malibu with her friend Marsha at that time. So she said, and she was teaching a class documentary.
Okay.
We clicked right away.
Nice.
So we start. She's like, "Once you're done, I need to head to Hollywood." I was like, "What?"
Wow.
Yeah, sure. What do you want to do? I was like, I don't know. So we finished the whole track.
Yeah.
I did other classes, and I did another degree as well at the same time.
Nice.
Wait. You,
But that's because you really jumped on. So you did how many degrees in the same time? So sorry.
you did
I'll
two
have to double
bachelors
check.
at the same time?
2 bachelors and 1 minor.
One is in
okay.
the
Which
broadcast.
is illegal though.
Yeah.
I mean, you're here now, so
I've done it.
What's the second degree?
Anthropology, ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics.
I'm not surprised about this one. I'm not surprised about this one. I was gonna expect something so different.
Oh,
But
boy.
doctor, I'm sure that we have so many questions about the
Yes.
other main anthropology, but I
Yeah.
want to ask about media specifically
go
because
to
you're
media.
you're
Yeah,
media
yeah.
expert. In your words, right, as someone that's been in the media and for so long now, how do you define? How can we simplify media to the audience watching? Because when you say the word media is huge.
Media is not just that huge. Media, it's underestimated by the public, by the audience itself.
It's power.
It
It's
is.
influence.
It has a big power. We don't know much about it, and that's where actually I was glad to hear lately that they started to impose media literacy in schools nowadays. In Kuwait.
That's the very interesting
Very,
term. That's a term we hear a lot, media
Yes.
literacy. And is it a thing they teach in school? Is this a term that they teach as
Yeah,
subject?
well, they don't do it nowadays.
Could you
they
define it for us?
Sure. When it comes to media literacy, all of us, we know about media. So everybody know, he would talk, yeah, media, it's very important. And what's media? they will pause.
Exactly.
Okay, do you know the technology of media itself?
Yeah.
Even with my students, when I ask them the first question, how radio is working, I was like, oh, you would just turn it on. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. How is it being transmitted?
It's the induction theory,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which goes to physics, by the way,
Yeah.
and then electromagnetic, hertz, so on. They have no clue. When I go back and talk to them about the UHF and the frequencies on all these kind of things, they're like, what are you telling us? I was like, well, if you understand this, you will understand how radio works and then how television works.
Right.
Because in Kuwait, no one would know how television works.
But why is it important to know how it works?
Well, how are you going to send a signal? How are we going to broadcast?
No, I mean,
KTV?
for
How would you broadcast nowadays?
Yeah.
Let's say now we're podcasting, or we're streaming live. Don't you need to know how many frames that you're using? Don't you need to know what's the quality of
As
your?
someone that's invested in the field, 100%. I
Okay,
need to, yeah.
you know that most of the people, they don't know if
They're just doing it.
They don't know the difference between still images and video, and and the video, it's pixels.
That's crazy.
So we as a Kuwait society, we are alhamdulillah blessed with very good condition, money and stuff like that. So we have the technology it's needed,
Okay.
but do we have the brains to work? That's where it comes media literacy.
But is there a side about media literacy that kind of like tackles or touches on how do we kind of like filter through the information? Because
Filtering the information, that's another case, because normally there was a study I actually did with other my colleagues in 2022 during the coronavirus pandemic. So surprisingly, well, it's not a surprise for us, but for most people, when you get the information, where normally do you get your information from?
social media
Back in the day,
nowadays.
newspapers.
Now social media, back in the day,
Television.
Right.
Now social media.
So,
That's
and
huge.
during pandemics or during crisis, normally where do you get your information from?
okay, say
Online
A
now.
reliable source.
Unreliable sources.
Yes.
Right.
You know that most of the Kuwaiti respondents in that, like 1,085,
Yeah.
they get their information from WhatsApp.
What's up?
Yes.
Okay.
My mom broadcasts, my dad broadcasts.
You know, I'll be honest, when you asked me, I was actually going to say we get information from other people. I was going to say from other people, I'll be honest.
So that's bad,
Right.
because
Absolutely.
that's exactly where rumors start to get. Fake news starts.
We're in the world of misinformation.
Yes.
How do we handle that?
We cannot handle it unless
Unless.
media literacy comes from during the different levels of education. So the students in elementary school, second, I wouldn't say second grade, I would say fifth grade, sixth grade, they would know about media. What is media? Okay, so
Yeah.
because people would mix up these kind of things and they don't know how to get, they don't know what's the misinformation.
How do we fact check?
Oh, very easy.
Do we just do it
Nowadays,
online or
if you're technology savvy, normally
Right.
you just go to the online. There are lots of places that you can check.
Plenty,
Kuwait
yeah.
TV, but Kuwait, the Minister of Information, by the way, during the pandemic, they initiated a platform to check for the pictures, to check the
pictures
news,
of, okay.
because normally with people, remember those zombies thing that they are, like if you get corona like this, you're gonna be zombie. That's exactly how it was spreaded
Yeah.
through the
Exactly.
social
Yeah,
media.
yeah.
How would you check that? Through the Minister of Information. And
Wow.
actually, I was one of the persons who started the launching with the people there. What we did is like tell the audience, go check your facts, take this picture, upload it, and it would tell you this image was taken from a movie and
Oh, no
wow.
way. So, Doctor, building on Ahmed's question, so are we misinformed or are we uninformed?
both. Both ways. Because
Both ways.
if you start to know more about media and the information of media and the good use of media, okay, because people would say, oh, there are lots of negative things about media. Yes, there are. But would you look at the empty side of the cup, which is
Always,
almost
always the full, always the full.
yeah, which mine is always almost empty, you know. But
Almost empty.
you know, that's something, you know. But anyway, there's
Third take on the whole thing.
yes. So that's how we look at it. When it comes to that, or I would say the fifth, sixth grade, and so on, they will learn more about this technology, how I would use it in the right way, and how I would spend my time. By the way, today I was in a class
Yeah.
and I asked them a question, and it's a very simple thing. I was like, "What's the difference between theater and the social media nowadays?"
Theater and social media.
Can
The
I
difference?
try to answer it?
Try.
I'll say theater is more authentic.
Is that your hot take?
Okay.
I'll leave you with that audience.
But by the way, theater, it's, you know, like when with the people start saying the old traditional media and the new media. So theater is one of the old media.
True.
Or mediums.
All mediums. Yeah.
So, but it's taken with technology, so you would see it on other platforms. It's a very informative.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
when we had theater in Kuwait during, I would say,
The boom
30,
of
30
theater, yeah.
years, we had a boom in what? Art?
Art.
What else? Everything. When it comes to, we were the beacon of art and literature.
When was that?
That's true. It stood the test of time too.
1962 we started.
1962.
I
until-
was born 30 years
I
after
wasn't
that,
born
so-
at that time, by the way. So
So it was, I mean,
I did my
I was
research.
30 years late.
But the
Do
thing
your
is,
research.
So perhaps a challenging question. Okay, a challenging question.
Challenging question.
okay,
Better be challenging.
I love this
There
question.
was a lot of build up to that. Drum roll.
What would the world be without media?
it would be the same.
Wait, what?
It would be the same. By the way, we talk about different generations. Okay.
Absolutely.
So we have the X, the Y, the Z generation, not the zombies, though. Huh?
No, just these,
Okay.
just these.
Gen Z, you're not
This is-
zombies,
yes,
okay?
The children.
So
Yeah.
when it comes to that, each one of us lived a certain time and a certain medium was there. So I would say, we would say like during radio time, they didn't enjoy the media.
Of course
They did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
You know. Were they misinformed? Definitely misinformed.
It's always like that.
Especially with
It's always been
1927,
like this.
the Orson
Yeah.
Welles, the theatrical drama
Right.
that was broadcasted live to people, and they got panicked because they thought Martians are invading Earth.
Oh my god.
So that's one thing. Also, we utilized radio during the 1930s. We had the boom, the golden age of radio.
Wow.
And we had that time soap operas, which is normally when we talk about soap operas, what do we refer to it in television, right?
Right, yeah.
But it's honestly it's coming from radio.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
without media, we can live. We don't need the media as much. We need to interact. We need to talk, communicate.
That's what people have forgotten to do, right? People have forgotten.
That's very important. In order to all these media platforms or social media that we have, they want you to communicate
Talk.
with each other.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
in a virtual way, would that be the
Virtual
case?
Yeah.
Would that satisfy you? Not really.
You know when you walk into a restaurant and it says talk to each other, pretend it's like 1995, there's no Wi-Fi here. Like, you know, we don't have any Wi-Fi, pretend it's
What
1995.
restaurants do you
I
go
mean,
to?
some social.
You know, I will tell you a story about one of the coffee shops. I'm not gonna say the name because of the.
All right. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're a part
I
of
know
us,
the
so
drill.
you know the
I know
drill.
the drill.
Yeah.
They don't want to pay. Anyway, but, so when it comes to that, these guys, what they did, it was 10 years old study. Normally, when we travel, we need Wi-Fi, a free Wi-Fi. We don't want to, right? Especially in European
We can't
countries.
live without it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what they did, they gave you a free Wi-Fi, and it's well known. So people would go and where are the rules and regulations, and you click
Accept
check.
it right away.
Right.
Let the cookies stick to me.
Have
Give
anybody
away
checked?
your data.
That's not just data. Actually, what they did, it was for purpose, research purpose. The first line it was, I give the permission to sell my house, give you my bank account.
It was for research purposes.
Yes,
However.
yes.
Okay.
But they acknowledged that
All of
they
that and
sold
accepted it.
everything.
Why do you think people rush that? Accepting that.
We are in a
Do we
fast.
just do not care?
No, it's not about not caring as much as we don't know the consequences of what we're doing. So,
Yeah.
for example, most of the social media apps that we have nowadays, you want to check yourself and see how old would you be when you're 50. Dude, these data is taken by a big company
Yeah.
that they're gonna sell it later. Let's whatever, put a nice filter on. No. You're being tracked.
I love it. Love it.
That's
It's scary.
it is scary
Doctor, I
and
mean-
amazing at the same time. Just hearing
Yeah.
about it.
So we need to educate people
100%.
that not every app is good for you. You have to check the rules and regulations. I know it's a lot, but
but no one's
at
gonna read it.
least,
No
at
one-
least
yeah.
take a look at
So
it.
would you say, if we were to ask you to give people advice today, would it be take care of what you are kind of accessing and read the information essentially?
I would say read. We're in an era that people they need fast information. They want to, like as we say in
They don't want to
Arabic.
bother too much.
In Arabic we say zibda, the butter,
No, give me the butter. Exactly.
which
Lovely.
is, and that's because
Exactly.
of a problem.
Yes,
By the
yes,
way,
yes.
that social media, what does it do for us? It triggers the long-term memory for us.
We've
So,
become more impatient.
You know,
I think. And
you
we're
know
just
most of the
wanting-
time that you're snappy, you are edgy,
That's who I
angry.
am as a person. 100%. I completely
Yeah,
relate to
you
that.
need coffee most of the time.
Doctor, honestly, it's been
Doctor,
a
yeah.
fruitful conversation. I wish we could go for longer.
I wish we had a part
Let's
two.
do
for
part
this.
two later
Yeah,
on.
One day we'll do part two.
One day.
Well,
Thank you
we-
so much. We all learned something today.
My
That's a good
pleasure.
one. And,
Next time, if you guys want, we can talk about cinema if you want.
You
'Cause
are-
we
Oh,
did,
absolutely.
You're full of knowledge and insight and wisdom.
We did
so
three,
Thank you so
so-
much.
not a problem. Pleasure having us here, and
The Untold is now, what you can say, it's
let's
it's
get
richer.
more.
with
Let's
your
get more
presence.
coffee then.
More coffee.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Wow.
I
Like I
wish-
said, we didn't have enough time. So
I
many
wish-
things to talk about.
I wish it was an hour long,
An hour long.
2 hours long,
Just relax.
half a day long. no, I wish. It
I
was
think
longer.
if we get the opportunity to have him again, we should.
Yes.
It's a very fruitful conversation.
100%.
We haven't touched about the world of cinema and his involvement in that.
Hopefully one day.
But thank you for your time and sharing your knowledge with us. Insightful.
Very. Shall we just say goodbye?
Yeah. Tune in tomorrow for yet another exciting episode of The Untold.
Good night.
Good night.